You can add new tools and capabilities to Claude Code through the use of MCP servers. These MCP servers either run remotely or locally on your machine. A very popular MCP server named Playwright gives Claude Code the ability to control a browser. Let me show you how to add it to Claude Code, and then we'll use it to develop our app a little bit more. To install this server at your terminal, not inside of Claude Code, we'll execute Claude MCP add, and then a name for this MCP server. I'm going to name it Playwright. And then after the name, we'll add in a command that will start up the server locally on your machine. We can then start Claude Code and ask it to open a browser and navigate to our application at localhost 3000. Before the browser opens, you might notice that you are required to give permission for that tool to run. If you get tired of all those permission pop-ups, you can open up the Claude directory inside their settings.local.json. And then inside of the allow array, you can add in a string of MCP __. Notice there are two underscores there, Playwright. This allows Claude Code to make use of this MCP server and the tools inside of it in any way it wants without requiring you to provide permission every time. If I restart Claude Code and then ask it to open a browser again, it will do so without requiring me to give permission. There are an incredible number of ways that you can use the Playwright MCP server. Let me show you one that would be really applicable to the project we are working on right now. Back inside my editor, I'm going to find the src lib prompts generation.tsx file. This is the prompt that is used to actually generate the components that you ask for inside of our app. So I want to allow Claude Code to make use of the browser, generate a component on its own, and then tweak this prompt on its own based upon the generated component. And hopefully we'll end up with some better looking components being generated out of our app. So let me show you how we would do that. Back inside of Claude Code, I'm going to ask it to navigate to localhost 3000, attempt to generate a component, take a look at the generated source code and evaluate the styling, and then update our prompt inside that generation.tsx file. And hopefully we'll end up with some, at the end of the day, better styling on our generated components. So let's see how it does. Claude is going to first open up the browser. It's going to attempt to generate a component. And looking at some of the commentary from Claude here, it looks like it's not quite so happy. You might actually notice that it complains about a very common style that's used in applications like this, a purple to blue kind of gradient. Claude is then going to update our prompt and then try to generate a new component. And I'll be honest with you, this actually gave a much better result than I ever expected. This testimonial card actually looks really, really great. Based on these results alone, you can immediately get a sense that MCP servers really open the door to a lot of interesting use cases. And I highly recommend you look into some MCP servers that might aid Claude in developing whatever kind of project you personally are working on.